It's Red Eye Radio. He's our coordinator. So what happens to the border bill now? Interesting to see Republicans in the House say, "Well, we have a border bill. We have so much attention paid to this border bill."
Hey, you know what, Eric? I have one that's already been signed into law. It's the current law. You're welcome. There, I fixed it.
When you look at it here, this headline, Mitch McConnell turns against border bill. We'll get to that coming up here in a minute because it's where is this entire thing going to go. But it was interesting because Republicans say, we have a border bill. Yeah. And what they say is their border bill would actually hire more border patrol agents for people, but they would have to have, there would have to be specific things. Their bill is about securing the border.
And giving child tax credits to non-citizens, maybe?
That's the other bill.
Sorry. I'm getting them confused. I'm getting the GOP confused with the GOP.
Top of the hour news is brought to you by House Products. Visit houseproducts.com.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.
Shell Otella with advanced synthetic technology is designed to help keep your rig running with more mileage and less maintenance.
Put your truck on a cat scale.
Oh, before we get back on the road, let's stop at this cat scale in the way.
Definitely. Will you use the Weigh My Truck app?
No, I'm not good with technology.
It's easy. Just try it.
How? You can process the entire weigh on your smartphone and email your paperwork anywhere?
That's right.
So this is how we've been getting through the cat scale so fast.
Yep. And you pretend not to like technology.
Forget this accuracy when your truck on a cat scale.
When you weigh on a cat scale, you get a no excuses guarantee. If you get an overweight citation after weighing legal on a cat scale, we'll either reimburse you for the fine or go to court with you. At over 2,000 cat scale locations, we've got your back. You can now save time weighing by using your smartphone. Download the Weigh My Truck app from the Google Play Store or the App Store. Find out more at weighmytruck.com.
Forget this accuracy when your truck on a cat scale.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
So Abraham called that place. The Lord will provide.
Special radio promo to try it free for a month. But you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Sponsored by Age of Learning.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com.
As an owner-operator, you have unique needs to ensure you can run a profitable business, deliver on time, and still have time at home with the family. The experts at Fleet Owner bring their expertise to you each week with the For the Driver newsletter, arriving in your inbox every Wednesday morning. This free newsletter will help you stay on point with all of your goals, understand upcoming regulations, and be on the forefront of breaking trucking news. Sign up today at fleetowner.com.
News Radio 1440 WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A country music star is gone.
I ain't as good as I once was.
His family says Toby Keith has died 2 years after he was diagnosed with stomach cancer. Keith spoke to our CBS affiliate KOTV recently.
This ailment is devastating. You take it a day at a time. It's a roller coaster.
He underwent chemo, radiation, and surgery. Keith had 20 #1 Billboard hits. Toby Keith was 62 years old. The head of Britain's royal family is taking some time off.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. King Charles spent the night in his London home after beginning cancer treatment yesterday. The palace has not revealed what kind of cancer the British monarch has, except to say it is not prostate cancer. He's being treated as an outpatient. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said a little while ago that the cancer was caught early.
Californians are still swamped. Rushing floodwaters have swept homes off their foundations. At least 3 deaths now blamed on trees uprooted by rain, wind, and mudslides. This man lives in Sherman Oaks.
I mean, it's been crazy, especially maybe the last 12 hours or so. Got up this morning, my girlfriend was going to work, and she was locked up. She couldn't go to work.
CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
We are at the point where the ground just cannot take any more water. We have had over a foot of rain recorded in some spots. In LA, it's been more than 60 years since we've gotten this much rain in this short a period of time.
Voters go to the polls in Nevada's presidential primary today. President Biden is on the ballot, so is Nikki Haley. Political analyst Amy Dacey.
She put her name on the primary ballot there because there's less organization, that you need than a caucus.
And then, of course, the issue of gambling and whether or not to legalize it in the state of Alabama and pave the way for a lottery here. That's always a top priority issue. Seems to be a hot button every single legislative session. We do understand there are no bills that have been filed at this point, but lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say probably some regulation bills would come before a legalization of bills. And the conversations about the issue are already underway, guys.
All right, Bethany, thank you for the live report. Downtown Montgomery, both the House and Senate are expected to start today at noon. Also this evening, Governor Kay Ivey will lay out her plans for this year's legislative session. It's her annual State of the State address. You can watch it live on WSFA 12 News. It'll start around 6 o'clock this evening. We'll also have it on WSFA.com and the WSFA 12 News app. After she speaks, that will be followed by the Democratic response from Alabama Senator Bobby Singleton. WSFA 12 News at 6 earlier after that special coverage was over.
Turning now to weather, taking a live look outside. This is a pretty view. This is from our Montgomery water camera. I'm sure that water is very cold this Tuesday morning. Let's check out the first alert meteorologist Tyler. Tyler, how cold is it outside this morning?
Yeah, it is definitely cold. Upper 30s to around 40 in most spots. So it is not quite cold enough where frost is going to develop, but there could be a few areas with frost, especially out in rural locations. But it is still cold regardless of how you look at it. You're going to want to dress warmly this morning. Kids bus stop is cold as the mid-30s, and some of the warmer spots will put warm in quotes there, about 41 with all sunshine. In the afternoon, the kids come home and I'm out in some low and mid-60s. A beautiful Tuesday. Not a cloud in the sky today. It's a beautiful day. Now, we do have some changes ahead. Tomorrow looks sunny. Then back Thursday, Friday. Those clouds will give way to rain chances this weekend. We'll walk you through it, how much rain we can expect coming up in just a bit. Tyler, thank you. 6:03 right now. We have some new details to pass along this morning. The 2 suspects accused of the shooting death of teenager Michael Cole Jr. were back in court on Monday, and now we're learning more about the circumstances around his death.
In court on Monday with Nicholas King Shepherd and Nevin Jones Jr. They appeared for a bond hearing in Montgomery. During that hearing, Montgomery Police Detective was called to testify. He says Cole was with the suspects and 2 others firing shots into a home on Gaston Avenue. They reportedly believe that people inside of that home had stolen guns from them. And according to the detective,
is also present. That was not the norm for campaign stops in Iowa and New Hampshire leading up to those nominating contests. Matt Piper, CBS News.
As he gears up for the Super Bowl, the Chiefs' Travis Kelce is weighing in on his girlfriend Taylor Swift's record-breaking win at the Grammys Sunday.
She's unbelievable. She's rewriting the history books herself. I told her I'll have to hold up my end of the bargain and come home with some hardware too.
Swift won her 4th Album of the Year prize for Midnights. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Pucker up Montgomery and Prattville. Matt Parsley here from Budget Car and Truck. And this month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a nicer, newer car. You deserve to drive a car that makes your heart skip a beat. See all these smooth-worthy rides at BudgetSaysYes.com.
Good morning, Alabama. How'd you sleep last night? Hey, folks, this is Cody and Kevin inviting you to shop with us during our free inventory sale. $400 off the homegrown collection. Nice queen mattress, $4.99. 20% off select floor models. King size mattress for $5.99. We'd rather sell it than count it. Deal store wide plus interest-free finance. Don't feel cheap, get a great night's sleep. Wolfway Bedding next to American Open Door. Come shop the best furniture store in the River Region.
The Rustic Furniture Outlet and American Open Door.
Handmade solid wood furniture at factory direct prices.
Up to 70% off every day.
How can we sell so cheap?
Because we are a direct outlet for the factory.
We have over 4,500 items in stock available for delivery.
Veteran seats, tables and chairs, occasional tables, consoles, pantries, bar stools. If it's rustic, we got you covered.
Come shop the best furniture store in the River Region.
The Rustic Furniture Outlet and American Open Door.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Save now at Dell.com/deals.
Cold morning this morning will give way to a beautiful afternoon. Today under a beautiful sunny sky up to about 64 degrees. Cold tonight down into the middle and upper 30s, some patchy frost possible. Mostly sunny tomorrow, we're in the low to mid 60s. We'll stay dry Thursday, but we'll have more clouds around, again in the 60s after starting in the upper 30s. Then we've got some rain chances as we look through the weekend. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternative route. Interstate systems moving in the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. Shopping is best at Midtown Plaza. Shop Verizon, then eat at Tudane Gartner, American Deli, Midtown Plaza, and straight off of I-85 over Great McClinton and Company Development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is major delay.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. Breaking news from overnight, country music singer Toby Keith died. The singer's been battling stomach cancer. According to his official website, he died peacefully, surrounded by family. Keith was 62 years old. This year's legislative session officially begins today and this evening. Governor Kay Ivey will lay out her plans for this year's legislative session in her annual State of the State address. You'll see her speech live at 6 p.m. on WSFA 12 News and our digital platforms. After she speaks, there will be a Democratic response from Senator Bobby Singleton. Later this week, you can help save a life in our annual Give from the Heart blood drive. We'll be at Life South Community Blood Centers on Carmichael Road in Montgomery on Friday, taking your donations. We'll also have locations set up in Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka, and Troy. Much more coverage throughout the day on Friday. That's your news on this Tuesday. I'm Jed Davis for WSFA 12 News.
Having repairs done in your apartment should never come with strings attached, like being harassed and constantly pressured for sexual favors.
My landlord told me my rent would be free if I gave him something in exchange.
The Fair Housing Act protects you from harassment by anyone associated with your housing, including someone making unwelcome sexual advances. If this happens to you, file a complaint with HUD. No strings attached. To learn more, visit hud.gov/fairhousing. If you fear for your safety, call 911. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite. It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out. Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinobites.
The older your furnace is, the likelier it is for carbon monoxide to leak into your home. It is of the utmost importance to have your furnace checked annually if it's over 10 years old. Bill Bradley Services technicians are equipped with top-of-the-line CO detectors that will guarantee no carbon monoxide is seeping into your home. They will also check each aspect of your furnace to ensure it's operating at max efficiency, which will save you money down the road. Only $74.95 for guaranteed peace of mind. Number 8449.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris, encouraging you to take the Purple Pledge and support the 47 million people worldwide who are living with Alzheimer's disease and other dementias.
The number of Americans living with Alzheimer's is growing at an alarming rate. 10% of people over the age of 65 have the disease, and 2/3 of them are women. Someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's every minute. As the number of older Americans continues to grow, so will the number of new and existing cases of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. New research is making it possible to detect Alzheimer's disease and providing an accurate diagnosis earlier than ever before. Learning the signs of Alzheimer's, and if you notice them in a family member, seek medical treatment.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Here we go.
Need to reset. Refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again, if you can. For it's one more day, one more. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins. It's time for our daily bread. You're listening to News Radio 1440 on your AM dial. NewsRadio1440.com is our website. News Radio 1440 is our app. All you have to do is go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and you can pick us up for free. You can pick up the app for free. Again, it is time for our daily bread. A word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or at least give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. And again, good morning. It is February the 6th, 2024, AD. Today's Daily Bread is simply entitled Surrendering to God. Our scripture insight today comes from Genesis 22, 1 through 3, and 6 to 12. But Genesis 12 and 14 reads, So Abraham called that place, the Lord will provide. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, good morning. It is February the 6th. It is a day like no other. It is a day that has never been. And once it leaves, it will never, ever be again. You don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you do not. And you don't get a chance to undo the things that you do. And more importantly, you cannot summon it from the past. Once this day is gone, it is gone forever. If you've been around a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, mercy, love, and charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? We'll do what you can, while you can, for as long as you can, for whom you can, until you can't. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead. No man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. Never give up. Never quit. Oh, you can give out if you must. Rest if you can. But you never quit. You never give up. Because quitters will never win. And while winners may lose at a thing or two, they'll never quit. So don't you quit. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop moving forward. And no matter what happens to you this day, remember this. It is a great day to be alive.
Hello there. It's time for encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Kenneth Peterson wrote today's devotional and he titled it Surrendering to God. Born on a farm, Judson Van Deventer learned to paint, studied art, and became an art teacher. God, however, had a different plan for him. Friends valued his work in church and urged him to go into evangelism. Judson felt God calling him too, but it was hard for him to give up his love for teaching art. He wrestled with God, but at last, he wrote, the pivotal hour of my life came, and I surrendered all. We can't imagine Abraham's heartbreak when God called him to surrender his son Isaac in Genesis chapter 22. In the wake of God's command to sacrifice him there as a burnt offering, we ask ourselves, what precious thing God's calling us to sacrifice? We know that he ultimately spared Isaac, and yet the point is made. Abraham was willing to surrender what was most precious to him. He trusted God to provide in the midst of a most difficult calling. We say we love God, but are we willing to sacrifice what's dearest to us? Judson Van Deventer followed God's call into evangelism and later penned the beloved hymn, I Surrender All. In time, God called Judson back into teaching. One of his students was a young man named Billy Graham. God's plan for our lives has purposes we can't imagine. He longs for us to be willing to surrender what is dearest. It seems that's the least we can do. After all, he sacrificed for us, his only begotten Son. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading comes from the first book in the Bible, Genesis, chapter 22, verses 1 through 3, and verses 6 through 12. Sometime later, God tested Abraham. He said to him, "Abraham." "Here I am," he replied. Then God said, "Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you." Early the next morning, Abraham got up and loaded his donkey. He took with him 2 of his servants and his son Isaac. When he had cut enough wood for the burnt offering, he set out for the place God had told him about. Now picking up at verse 6. Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and placed it on his son Isaac, and he himself carried the fire and the knife. As the 2 of them went on together, Isaac spoke up and said to his father Abraham, "Father?" "Yes, my son," Abraham replied. "The fire and the wood are here," Isaac said, "but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" Abraham answered, "God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son." And the 2 of them went on together. When they reached the place God had told him about, Abraham built an altar there and arranged the wood on it. He bound his son Isaac and laid him on the altar, on top of the wood. Then he reached out his hand and took the knife to slay his son. But the angel of the Lord called out to him from heaven, "Abraham, Abraham." "Here I am," he replied. "Do not lay a hand on the boy," he said. "Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son." Would you pray with me? Oh, Heavenly Father, we struggle to fully surrender parts of our life to you. Would you please help us to trust in your plan for us and to follow your leading, knowing that what you lead us to do will be used to change lives and also to advance your kingdom right here on earth. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. Thanks so much for listening today. My name is Wes Ward, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Time to rise and shine. No PT today, though. The general has to speak to us.
All the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne, every day, we run to the sun, no sweat, not yet, down in the mess hall on my knees, we got nothing to eat but a can of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of beans.
The bread was moldy and the meat was bad.
Bread was molded and the meat was bad.
You know darn well that you can't eat that.
Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough,
Airborne,
all
the way.
When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing no breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way airborne, all the way
Driving on.
all the way airborne, all the way driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain, when I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump match to say 1 minute to go. Green light lead with a chilling blow. All the way airborne, all the way
more
driving
personnel
on.
hand up. Oh, let's get
All
it.
the way airborne, all the way driving on.
Driving on.
Here we go,
All the way.
gotta be
rough and tough.
airborne,
All the way. All right, no PT today. It's Tuesday. We do PT 3 days a week because we're a reserve crew. Because we don't get into that other stuff too much. I mean, if it gets to the point they need us, they're already in terrible shape anyway. But I'll go. You know, they say, Sergeant Elkins, show up. I'll be there. Just give me my orders, sir. And I'm on it, brother. I'm on the first thing smoking. The only airplane I get on is a 130, a 123, or a 141. They can't find the 141, so C-17. Okay, I'm just saying. I ain't getting no civilian aircraft. I'm sorry, ain't gonna happen. And when I get on that one, it's gonna have a parachute attached to it. Okay, let me shut up now. I'm just saying, you know, I don't mind going up, but I don't want to go up and come down on the plane. So let's pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, and anybody else that I forgot. Good morning to you. And some of our local heroes: Montgomery Police Department officers, the Montgomery Fire Department, always on the go, going in harm's way. Montgomery Sheriff Department, good morning to the chief, the chief sheriff and the deputy sheriff over there, Cunningham and Murphy. I think Murphy's still there. I haven't heard he's gone. I never hear from him. Never call a brother, nothing. I mean, he got my name, but he don't call me or anything. Say, hey, how you doing, Kevin? I'm doing pretty good, chief. Don't call me, nothing like that. That's okay. I'll get over it. I can live through it. All right. I mean, I must have ticked them off or something. I don't know. Thought we was buddies. And good morning to my Montgomery Sanitation Department out there. Those guys are always on the go, be it rain, shine, sleet, or snow. We appreciate you. Oh, and the maintenance crew too. I don't really know what they do, but they're out there in the weather too. So give them some slack. Give them a cup of coffee or something, hot tea or something as you go along the way. And of course, I would be remiss not to say good morning to the Honorable Mayor of the City of Montgomery, Mr. Stephen Lewis Reed, and his other folks that work down there. Hey, we don't all have to agree on stuff to render respect now, do we? I don't think so. After all, I didn't always agree with the CEO or the first sergeant and sergeant major either. But I always said, yes, sir. Or yes, sergeant major. Yeah, first sergeant, whichever one. Yeah. You know what I mean. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tipple. Their motto, it's Semper Fidelis. But they couldn't pronounce it, too many syllables, so they just cut it short to 2. Simplify. Okay, 3 syllables, whatever. But anything past 3, they got a hard time pronouncing that word. But hey, we still love them. Good morning, Jarheads. And good morning. You know, I'm always saying I wanted to be a Marine, but you know, now that I think about it, now that I still wanted to be one, but it is a possibility that I could have been over there in 1983 when they attacked those barracks over there. So maybe the good Lord did me a solid here. Rather than that, I'm right here because I was probably gonna be one of these underranked people. So I don't know. So I just leave well enough alone as it is, but I still like those uniforms. Anyway, good morning to all of you. Hope this day finds you well. I'm Kevin Elkins. Not that it really matters who I am, because most of the time it don't. Looking at my checking account, it's really irrelevant. It's always nice to get up in the morning and talk to people and be on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of me. So I have no complaints. And we got to take a little short break here, and we shall come back with lessons of life. I didn't do that the other day. And the word of the day. Sometimes things do take precedence over those things. Okay? Got to get 7 o'clock hour. Phyllis Harvey Hall. She said she wants to come and she wants to be your next too, but she's got other complaints. There's more. She got a complaint. Okay, and I don't blame her. I've been telling her this for years, but they haven't believed me. But maybe they'll, maybe they'll believe me now. Okay. Oh, had the wrong thing playing. So we'll be back at 6:30, straight up and down. Okay, it's not straight up and down, straight down at the moment. We'll be back. How time flies. It really does.
Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Indeed.com. Temperature is getting low, but the cold remaining high. One place. Just right from their website.
Good morning. This morning we'll get ready to a beautiful afternoon. Temperature today under a beautiful sunny sky, 64 degrees. Cold tonight down into the middle and upper 40s. Possible. Mostly sunny tomorrow. We're in the low 60s. We'll stay dry Thursday, but we'll have more clouds around again in the 60s, starting in the 40s. Then we've got some rain chances, including some weekend. Forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Hickory for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities, and the city you want an alternate route. Everything systems moving into the Tri-County area from Plant, Albany, Greenwood. No problems on 231 south out of the Temple, north out of Troy. Shopping is best at Midtown Plaza, Horizon, and either Lane Garden or American Deli. Midtown Plaza, and Street on about 85 and a great McCutcheon Company development. That's about Fix the Law for Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
2023 was a year that saw many layoffs from gaming and esports organizations, and 2024 is looking to be no different. This week, Riot Games, the company behind the two massively popular esports League of Legends and Valorant, will be terminating more than 500 jobs. Riot claims the reason is due to working on too many projects that weren't successful enough. Only time will tell if the two esports leagues will be affected. For the latest sports and news, find it online at
Did you notice it? I'm at the basketball. Montgomery men's health. I started this place before now. Your testosterone flow, the motivation, energy, and could be rescue system feel like but more feel like things tend to get worse. Your guys are your largest life support team members, men's health, here we've effectively treated ED and no team comprehensively and proven 60,000 the number one thing you hear guys say, I forgot, but I just want to feel amazing and fresh this new year. But my team,
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, we received a handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we had discussed. You know, in today's high-tech, low-tech world, it's refreshing to get a thoughtful handwritten note once in a while. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more about it, kindnessrevolution.net.
It really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show. It's the 2 on News Radio.
I'm back. We're here. I hope this day finds everybody feeling well. 6:46 in the morning. I had to get the calls there, but I'm back. I'm ready to roll. Ready to do my thing. Okay, let me put this thing where it's supposed to be here. Okay, there we go, right there. There we go. We're down one more notch. Okay, there we go. Okay, good morning. Hope this day finds everybody well. You know what time it is? It's the lesson of life and the word of the day and things that happen on this day in some places in the world. Anyway, so what is the word of the day? The word of the day is spelled Compel, and it is pronounced compel. And what does that mean? It means to force or oblige someone to do something. Like when you go to the teacher, Mr. Jones, I was compelled to hit him back. I could not help myself. He hit me, so I knocked the hell out of him. I was compelled to do that. Okay, based on his action. Okay, so the word compel means a force or an obligation to do something. Okay, a sense of duty compelled Harry to answer her question, or whatever the case may be. So again, the word of the day is compel. I do this so just in case you go to school, you need to get in a good argument, and you want to insult somebody with lesser intelligence, then you use words that have more than 4 letters in it. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to think about that. Okay? This one's got 6 letters in it, so you think. All right, compel, force or oblige someone to do something, okay, that they cannot help themselves from doing. I was compelled to hit them back. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now, what is the lesson of life today? The lesson of life today is an interesting one because it puts us in, it requires us to really think, okay, to really think about the things we do, okay, and if it's worth the sacrifice. Okay, so lesson of life is something that you only learn by living. Okay, right or wrong, there are lessons taught to us every day. And like I always say, there's never been a lesson taught that did not cost somebody. The best way to learn from lessons is to learn from others. And when you figure that one out, you're going to be a lot smarter than I was at your age if you're really young. Okay, because I wanted to learn my own lesson. I was stupid. No, learn lessons from some. If you see somebody put their hand on a hot stove and they pull it back, well, you don't need to put your hand on the hot stove to understand it. You know by his lesson that the stove is hot. Okay, and that's the way kids learn sometimes. They see people do things and they want to try them first. If they don't look at it. But anyway, so what is the lesson of life today on this 6th day of February, the 37th day of the year? Well, the only obligation in which you have a right to assume, again, the only obligation in which you have a right to assume, and we don't like using the word assume because it makes what they say. So assuming in most cases is not perfect. It is not necessarily true. But in this case, it is. The only obligation in which you have a right to assume is to do at any time what you think is right. Now, that doesn't make you right, but it's in your soul, it's in your heart, in your mind, you feel what you're doing is right, then most of the time you can assume that it is. Okay? And that's the only time that we allow you an assumption. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. So it's a great day to be alive. Some of the things that happened on this day, on February the 6th, 1911, Ronald Wilson Reagan, the best president of the United States of America in a long time, the 40th president of the United States, was born in Illinois. In 1798, during the Revolutionary War, the American Revolutionary War, the United States won official recognition and military support from France with the signing of a treaty of alliance in Paris. Us sophisticated people say Paris. You other people say like Paris, but it's Paris. Okay, I want to let you know that. 1798, Massachusetts became the 6th state to ratify the United States Constitution. It was 1933. The 20th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, the so-called lame duck amendment, was proclaimed in effect by Secretary of State Henry Simpson. 1952, good year for somebody, the British King George IV, 56 years old, died at Standingham House in Norfolk, England. He was succeeded as monarch by his 25-year-old elder daughter, who became Queen Elizabeth II. 1968, the Winter Olympic Games were opened in France by French President Charles de Gaulle. 1987, the Wall Street Journal reporter Gerald C. was released after being detained 6 days by Iran. They show like gratitude. Accused of being a spy for Israel, Iran said the detention was a result of a misunderstanding. Okay. 1991, comedian television performer Danny Thomas died in Los Angeles at the age of 79. In 1993, tennis Hall of Famer and human rights advocate Arthur Ashe died in New York at the age of 49. In 1998, President Bill Clinton signed a bill changing the name of the Washington National Airport to Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Pop music star Falco, who had a 1989 hit with the Rock Me Amadeus, died in a traffic accident in the Dominican Republic. He was 40 years old. Carl Wilson, a founding member of the Beach Boys, died at the age, in 1998, age of 51. In 2000, the First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton launched her successful candidacy for the U.S. Senate. The year was 2003. Edging closer to war, President in 2003, edging closer to war, President George W. Bush declared the game is over for Saddam Hussein and urged skeptical allies to join in disarming Iraq. ABC's 2020 aired a British documentary, Living with Michael Jackson, in which the king of pop revealed he sometimes let children sleep in his bed. Okay. That's cool, they go kids. I don't know. First of all, what if you only got one bed in the house and all y'all got to sleep in? Okay, so he did that. I don't know. What was one about me? But I don't know. I got some strange idiosyncrasies sometimes. And, that's even those things I guess. In 2008, The Bush White House defended the use of interrogation technique known as water bullet. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. As it ain't happening to me. Saying it was legal, not torture, as critics argued, and had saved American lives. The Phoenix Suns acquired Shaquille O'Neal in a stunning blockbuster deal that sent 4 all-time star Sean Marion and Marcus Banks to the Miami Heat. Right there. And it was 15 years ago that key senators in the White House reached tentative agreement on an economic stimulus measure at the heart of President Barack Obama's recovery plan. Every president has to go in and recover something. Okay, then. Federal health officials said Peanut Corporation of America, a Georgia peanut processor, had knowingly shipped salmonella-laced products as far as back in 2007. Death claim actor James Whitmore at 87 and Philip Carey at 83. And 10 years ago, House Speaker John Boehner all but ruled out passage of the immigration legislation before the fall election. A suicide bomber blew himself up at the gates of a Syrian prison and rebels stormed behind him, freeing hundreds of inmates. Jay Leno said goodbye to NBC's The Tonight Show for the second time, making way for Jimmy Fallon to take over as host. Baseball Hall of Famer Ralph Kiner, 91, died at Rancho Mirage, California. Former U.S. Court Laureate Maxine Kuhn died in Warner, New Hampshire at the age of 58. And it was 6 years ago that the mosquito Mongo, or whatever it is, Mogo, that's the word. Stephen Wynn resigned as chairman of the CEO of Wynn Results amid sexual misconduct. That's the only thing they didn't lie about, old brothers, and they didn't lose their job. They ain't did nothing. Right? All you gotta do is just say it. We gotta go to Congress. We gotta say, give me a proof. Show me a video. Give me some audio. Show me what they did. All you gotta just say they get it, bam, they automatically innocent. We're guilty. We'll be afraid. Big new rocket blaster off at the Kennedy Space Center for the first time sports car on route that would take it to an asteroid between Mars and Jupiter. Now, I don't know why we need a sports car in space. Well, who knows? They may end up someplace where they got racetracks. I'm not sure. But they never get back here. Yeah, that's the most. If that car ever lands back on in the atmosphere, it'll be the most expensive car ever known. I'm just saying. Okay. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Okay. So what are we celebrating today? Okay. Today is National Frozen Yogurt Day. Not that I care, because I don't eat yogurt. I haven't figured out what yogurt is anyway. It looks like something between ice cream and whipped cream. I don't know exactly what it is. African American Coaches Day. Took a long time for the brothers to get to the coaching ranks, but we finally getting there, and we're doing some great things out there. Great things out there. And right now, the primetime black coach is prime time. Okay. And the guy who's in charge of the Steelers, and he's been there 17 years, but you gotta win the big one, baby. If you don't win the big one, nobody cares how long you live. Okay, we don't care what your winning percentage is. That's why Dak Prescott's gonna probably be gone. Okay, we don't care about getting there. We care about you winning it when you get there. That's what I'm talking about. I wouldn't be a good coach, but I wouldn't try it. International Day of Zero Tolerance to Female Genital Mutilation. Okay, I'm with that. National Ashley Day. So if your name is Ashley, today is your day. Okay. National Chopsticks Day. Even though I've been to the Orient, I never really learned how to use chopsticks. A fork was just right there, and it was too easy to use. So I never got into the chopsticks thing. I just never did. National Lame Duck Day. All types of political lame ducks get our attention on National Lame Duck Day. I personally don't get it. National Valentine's Shopping Reminder Day. The day reminds people to buy a Valentine's gift a week and a day ahead of the time. Oh, here's one. Pay a compliment day. Be the reason that someone smiles and experience the contagious energy of happiness. Okay, I'm saying. Pay somebody a compliment, and even if you don't mean it. No. Say it. No, mean it. You can find something good about anybody that you meet. It's tough someday, but you can do it. Okay, I'm just saying. So do that. It's pay a compliment. So just go down the street, as you go to McDonald's or some places want to get your breakfast, tell the people who get your stuff to you that and give them an extra $2 tip or something like that. So pay them a compliment. Okay, I'm just saying. You'd be surprised. The next time you go in there, they'll remember you and they'll throw a little extra something on there for you. Reclaim Social Day. Our Reclaim Social Day. Share your cheerful stories because we are in dire need of some. Okay, we are. Ronald Reagan Day. Let's honor the man who ignited one of the strongest periods of economic growth in the history of America. Ronald Wilson Reagan. Sammy National Day. Let's celebrate and recognize Sammy people. I don't know who they are, but I thought that was somebody's name, but not really. Time to Talk Day. Time to talk. Help raise awareness about how mental health can be part of a changing narrative. Okay, and Waitangi Day. Don't exactly know what that means, but it's on there. Okay, the Waitangi Day. I don't know what that is, but I'll look it up some other time and we'll talk a little bit about it. Waitangi. Yeah? But if you know what it is, you tell me what it is. That's good. And don't forget, my new text number is what's my new text number? I don't know. It's 901-5022. If you want to text it up, stuff like that. Now, yesterday when I got off, I went to talk to the water people. Okay, I did. I talked to the water people. Miss Davis, she's having some issues, and I got some news for her today. So if she's listening, call me up and figure out what the word was. Not right now. Next hour or 8 o'clock hour, something like that. We'll see what happens there. So I did some talking and did some calling and stuff like that, and I was trying to find out some things. And also yesterday, I found out evidently some people were trying to pay their bills yesterday in these kiosks, and evidently something went wrong, and they weren't able to do it. So we'll find out if that's true or not. Because this is what happens when you don't have human beings there. When you think you could just give us some artificial intelligence and put a machine there like we're robots, put your money in here, right there. Oh, we don't give you no change. Okay then. And everybody don't have a card because some of us have screwed the man over so bad they wouldn't give us a card if their life depended on it. So some of us got to bring cash. So kiosks are okay, but only if they are working. I'll say a little bit about that later on. There's been a lot of talk, and I don't know how the government's going to address this tonight on her state of the state. These what do you call these things? That come to industry. What do you call it? What do you call things? These group of people who try to organize you. I can't think of it now. I'm drawing a blank. But you know what I'm saying? The people who get together, who come to your factory, and they try to galvanize you to believe certain things. And so I guess you can complain about your pay and all that stuff. I forgot exactly what that is. And there are some people in the city, what do they call that? Union. A lot of people say we need union. Well, okay, let me give you guys a hint about something about union. And listen. On the service, unions are good. They look all right. But here's the problem with unions. Having a union, supporting a union is like supporting sometimes a guy who just signed a big contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. You're sitting over there, or Dak Prescott. You're sitting over there, okay, clapping. I got a $10 million, $20 million contract. Right on. But the question is, that doesn't help you. we get so happy when somebody else gets rich and we still poor. Well, just in case you don't know that, just in case you don't know what happens when other people get rich, I'm going to tell you. Okay, let me see who this is. Hey, who's this? Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It does. You can actually just go down to like Bill Clinton. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that. And again, wait, I don't dis, I don't disbelieve in. What is that? What is that? What is that? Mhm. Well, and again, yeah, yeah. Well, again, the union the union has its benefit, but there's some negative things that come with unions also. Good morning. But they working downtown either. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what, maybe we'll hear some things for other people, but I talked to the water people, well, a member of the board, and again, and they reminded me that they don't get involved in day-to-day operations, and that's true. But if our board members have no say so, I thought they had say so in policy. Because if they don't have any say so about looking out after the constituency, then why are they on the board? I mean, why are they there? I know you don't go down there and bag the groceries, but if you're in charge of the store, then I would assume that you do have some say so on the policies and procedures that the store operates under. So, stop giving all them excuses. Well, if you're on the water board or any other board, you have supposedly, now there are some boards that are absolutely useless, but supposedly you have something to do with advising the head person, the chairman of the board, or the chairman of the organization, whatever the case may be. But I'm not sure. But we'll talk about that later on. Later on. What is this? Quickly, because I only got a minute. All right then. Well, you can always talk to God when you think something good about it. Maybe we always listen. May not give you the answer that you want, but he'll give you the answer that you need. Anyway, all right then. The time you're going to break this here. All right, so we shall return in a few minutes. Yeah, I gotta go downstairs, open the door for my guests. I'm gonna put a protest sign up here. Give me a button so I can open the door downstairs. Okay, I'm gonna ask for a button up here, right in my right hand side, right here, so I can, so I can, yeah, help them out down there. Okay? When I can open the door. Got a brother Walker. We'll be back.
News update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning. I'm Jeff Davis. Breaking news. This year's legislative session officially there were two items that legislative session and live come on, Debbie, that's what we do. Later this week, you can save a life and you'll get from the hard blood drive. Yeah, right out the blood center and call back up on Friday.
WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Cumulus Media Station. The CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin with heavy rain, wind, and mudslides plaguing California. Firefighters in Los Angeles staging a dramatic helicopter rescue after a man jumped into a raging river to save his dog. 3 deaths are blamed on fallen trees. Correspondent Jonathan Bigliotti reports from LA.
We really needed to happen in Tuesday. PJ Bearfield told us it felt like it was when a mudslide crashed through his LA home without warning. My bed is in my kitchen and my living room. Underneath mud, debris, trees, everything. We were there with family whose home was another to be devastated by a mudslide.
My bedroom is completely flooded. We're going into my bedroom. It's like this is such a mind wow.
Country music star has died. Family says he transitioned peacefully 2 years after he was diagnosed with stomach cancer. He spoke about it with CBS affiliate JOTV.
Wow, that pulled out from the whole world. When I announced it, was overwhelming. At first, I was like, I didn't know anybody really cared about me.
Brits are worried about their new king, Charles III, undergoing treatment for an unspecified type of cancer. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak tells the BBC.
Thankfully, this has been caught early, and now everyone will be wishing him that he gets more treatment that he needs and makes a full recovery.
Reports say Prince Harry is on his way to London right now to see his father. Here in the U.S., President Biden urged lawmakers to pass the Senate's new border package. Compromise appears to be in serious trouble. Republicans in both chambers are piling on in opposition. The House will vote as soon as today on whether to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. It's primary day in Nevada. There will be just one choice for Republicans. CBS's Hello Chief is in Las Vegas.
Only Nikki Haley's name will appear on the ballot. Donald Trump is set to stand the ballot Thursday, but the state Republican Party goes to caucus. They decided that he more than 26 delegates to win. Trump is the only major contender on the ballot and is expected to be overwhelming.
The Chiefs star quarterback Patrick Mahomes says he'll have his eye trained on the bling at this Sunday's Super Bowl.
I know I'm blessed to be around a lot of great players around me. And so right now, it's doing whatever I can to beat a great 49ers team and try to get that third ring.
Mahomes, a 2-time MVP. S&P futures down 2. This is CBS News.
O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Maybe this will shock you, or maybe it won't, but a survey of people with health insurance shows most see that the problems with their health coverage just in the last year. Maybe that's you too. That's frustrating. Imagine an alternative, a solution to this that actually gets a 98% member satisfaction rating. That's Medishare. That's why it's grown so much. That's why you're hearing about it. So why the incredibly high satisfaction rating? You can save hundreds of dollars a month, and you don't have to compromise on quality or reliability to do it. For 50 decades now, members have been sharing medical expenses and saving up to 15% compared to health insurance. Another reason I love it, you don't have to sacrifice your value to get real value. Medicare is a community of hundreds of thousands of Christians who are like-minded and wanting to help people. When you share, you save. You can feel good about it. Call now 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
A movie star is dealing with some real-life drama overseas. Salford star Kevin Elkins under investigation in Australia for reportedly assaulting a radio producer over a bad backyard joke. You see the movie, you know how to see it. The producer reportedly approached the star at a hotel and was reported alert on his phone when he made the joke. The editor eventually asked for that person to delete it, but the producer refused, and that's what switch flipped in the movie, and he pushed and choked him. The man was injured, and Lori's guests all commented. Look at this. CBS News. People to be happy at work. The Prime Minister has the answer.
You can try to skip this opportunity to sit down and have some coffee and cameo data. That will be serious.
The Yes.
So bring me your old ride. I'm buying cars. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? My team's passionate about approvals. We kiss up to the banks and lenders that want to say yes. That's yes. Yes, yes, yes. Plus, I'm buying cars on the spot based on the price of the car you pick. But hurry. Once I've helped 137 people, my lips are sealed and this deal is done. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these smooch-worthy rides at budgetsays.yes.com. That's budgetsays.yes.com. Pucker up, Montgomery and Prattville.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? Did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of Montgomery Men's Health, and I started this clinic to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud. Even more so as we age, these things tend to get worse if untreated. Guys, you're not alone. Your urologist-led support team at Montgomery Men's Health has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively and with proven treatment dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com. montgomerymenshealth.com.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. Through our app on the App Store or through your Alexa or Google smart home device.
You know, I did not realize that Aretha Franklin actually had the ability to do things many singers cannot do. Tell you about that another day. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope that they find you well. It is 7:08 in the morning. I am expecting a guest at some point in time here. But before we get the guest, you guys out there, the Democrats had their little get together over the weekend and down at the Renaissance, and people asking why it didn't go. Listen, why? Yeah. I love Miss people. Local Democrats, I can have most of it. But with this whole platform, you got to kill your children before they give you some love. I'm sorry, that odious party. Not everybody in it, of course not. But the people that are in it, you saying that you believe philosophically what they believe. I just don't think that the best way to get a vote is to kill a voter before they get your chance to vote. So, hey, that's just me. That's just one man. I mean, I want you, if you ever see a Democrat trying to make big office, high office, you will find that the overwhelming issue most of the time is abortion. You think a woman has a right to her body? Absolutely she does. But what she don't have a right to is to destroy the body within her. Yeah, I just couldn't, I can't vote. I can't really get wholeheartedly behind people just because of that party thing. Listen, I could be convinced if y'all if you get rid of that platform, I'd become a Democrat. Just get rid of that one, and I'm good. Oh, yeah, and plus the thing about changing your kids to believe in actually that a guy can actually become a girl. Yeah, that's and now, hey, I'm glad to tell you that there are a lot of women now in America right now getting tired of this crap. Men coming in as quote unquote transgender and not and whipping the snot out of them because your quote unquote transgenderism doesn't change your biology or your physiology, the makeup of who you are, which is a man. So yeah, a lot of women and some college students are women say, "Oh hell no," and I'm glad that somebody in this country is finally getting some sense to say, You're not a woman." You know, I mean, you can think you're a woman. That's cool, but you're not a woman. There's a girl named she's playing volleyball or something. I'm gonna, come on. Are we not done with this fad yet? No, we still haven't finished with the pants hanging down thing yet. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why grown men want to walk around with their pants all down. First of all, the pants are too skinny. They can't know how to put them on the butt. And so now, who in the hell has convinced our men that they need to walk around with skinny pants on that won't fit go in the butt? Who came up with that style? Yeah, oh no. I mean, we must be the experimentation of the world. Hey, you got a dumb idea? I'll put it over in America. Let them try it first. Okay. And that seems to be what we're doing. The crazy looking haircuts and all that stuff, that our kids wearing nowadays. And it's it's this whole thing about the young man who getting killed. I mean, if what I heard yesterday is correct, my Lord, what has got our children attached, gravitating to the street? What is it? And you ever notice that every young man who gets in all kind of weird trouble now always got a dumb looking haircut? You see, I mean, look at this. You act the way you look. You act the way you look. If you think I act the same way with my three-piece suit on that as I do with my blue jeans on, y'all must be crazy. Okay? Because I don't. And kids don't either. You allow your children to walk around with weird looking haircut, they don't really think very much of themselves. Okay? And they'll do almost anything. Think about this. Go down, look at the jailhouse, and look at everybody looking at it. Most of them down, they got stupid looking haircut. It's just crazy. Okay? You begin to act with, Rita Pearson said, if you see it long enough, anything, good or bad, people begin to believe it. Okay? I'm just saying, I don't know where a lot of dads are. I don't know where we went wrong. And it didn't happen just this generation, because I'm part of the generation. I was born 57, so my dad walked away too. But I don't know where this came from. And then some people, but I'll leave that to Knight and them to have that discussion. But there is something terribly wrong with our young people. And it's not the young people. I think it's like I can't blame young folks for a bad school. I got to blame the grown people who are in charge of right. And I don't know where this philosophical embarkation happened. I don't know where the things happen where you just put it with anything and blame the government about what. I mean, again, I keep telling people, show me a law that says you cannot put people out of school who somehow disrupt the learning process. Nobody has shown me that law yet. Okay? We got a pill we can give them. I mean, what is happening? I mean, I cannot believe what I've been reading about what happened to this young man. If these young men in jail are telling the truth, and me personally, I really don't think they need to be let out on bond. But we'll see what the judge does. I just don't know. Are our kids that susceptible to influences from society? Maybe they are. I don't know, but that story. It kind of shocks me. The things that young folks today will do. 860-1440 is the number here. Good morning, who's this? Yes, sir. When I was 16, I was a troublemaker. Right? But let me ask something. Should not our school be the last remnant of discipline, a place where order is? Because if you leave a dysfunctional home and you go to a dysfunctional school, then how do we catch you? How do we stop you from going through the cracks? Yeah, right. It does. Right, right. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, yeah. We can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's it. And I got Willie Knight and Mr. Miller who will address us on that one. I think it's next Wednesday. We got a segment of the show now called Family, and I'll let these social counselors and preachers and people like that deal with that issue. I'm old school, and it's not that I haven't stepped on my crank either. I have as a young man, but there was always discipline somewhere in that chain. But I was just reading about what happened to this young man. Police say Montgomery teen was killed while shooting into a house with suspects and others. Two suspects accused of shooting death of Montgomery teenager Michael Anthony Cole Jr. were back in court the other day for a bail hearing on Monday, and the testimony has shined new light on the case. Nicholas Trayon King Shepard and Nedvin Maynard Jones Jr., both 18 years old, the beginning of their lives, and now they've been damaged forever. Appeared before Judge Brooke Reed for the Anayas Law hearing. They were both charged with felony murder and the death of a 16-year-old Cole, whose body was found last week after had been reported missing. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. I'm waiting for another call from her office. They told me Monday or Friday one of them days that they were gonna get back with me. So we'll see if they shoot me. I hope they ain't wait till election day. so, so yeah. Singleton was supposed to make that happen, but I don't see he. I guess he don't have much influence either anymore. Yeah, yeah. Well, Steve Harvey said one day, he said when he came here for years ago, him and Mr. Calhoun, and he said he just looked at us out there from Alabama and said, hey, listen, rich people don't talk about things the poor folks talk about. Yeah, I said, well, I guess you're right. Yeah, 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 yeah. I guess I guess it sounds like I guess it sounds even. They tell you what they're gonna do, and then they don't do it. Then they tell you why they didn't do it. And then they're gonna say, I need one more term to get it done. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. I guess it is. Hey, I appreciate it. Let me take one more call. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Good morning. Who's this? Doing fine. Yeah, yeah, I read it. I read it. Hmm. Hmm. Although, though, and listen, 20 years ago, and I'd agree with you, but brother, they ain't chasing money because they want to now. They chasing money because they have to. Man, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Okay, appreciate it. Again, though, I don't know whose fault that is. It is. Well, it's a lot of things going on in there. Anyway, gotta take a break. I think my guest is here in a few minutes here, so let me take this break, and we'll be right back.
WSFA, first alert weather forecast. Radio 1440.
You love that, though.
Yeah, I hear you. The Democrats are more gullible than the Republicans. Like my boy got caught in what's it, Chicago somewhere, and he goes down and who was the fire thing? Disrupts the whole process in Congress. Yeah, that's right. Amen.
Jamal.
Yeah. Yeah. You're kind of young, man. Being 34. Okay, you get laid. Pretty good. Have it right there. So why are you a Democrat?
For me, because I stand for the same values that they stand for.
Abortion, killing your kids.
That's a woman's choice.
No.
I will leave that up to women.
Wait. Now, principally, I sort of agree with you, but here's the problem. If you don't have life, you don't have anything. And like Ronald Reagan said, everybody for abortion is alive.
Oh, God.
I would say it. And there have been no true words. It wouldn't bother me if that was not the main
Yeah,
ingredient.
now I'm gonna tell you what Republicans do. You take that one phrase and you use it and you keep saying it like that's the most important thing.
Without life, there is nothing else.
What do you judge as life? And see, this is the thing. Ronald Reagan was a crafty man. Now he
Great communicator. Great communicator.
and he happened to look right, so that makes it happen.
Great communicator.
What about in the case of race?
I think that's left up to the woman. I think that's solely left.
So you believe that it's draconian too that they've done in the southern states? It's draconian.
I think you should.
They've gone to the furthest extreme.
Yeah, that's stupid.
You're gonna force a woman to carry it.
Yeah, that part, and I still don't like the fact of abortion. But I ain't about to make my daughter somebody yank her off the street. Now you got to have this. No, we ain't going.
Yeah, what?
We got you impregnate her, and then you tell me she got to have that baby for somebody you don't know. I mean, she was out there having a good time on Friday night. All of a sudden, hey, Tyrone hit it, and she's pregnant. And yes, of course. But if you get raped by somebody, no.
But our state doesn't even allow it. So many of the southern states are going draconian.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think that's crazy. And then those same people who believe in the death penalty. See, I don't even believe in the death penalty.
They will stretch you out and put a mask over you.
I believe that some people, the things they do deserve the death penalty, but I don't think it's ironic we use the death penalty for people who kill people because they thought they were justified in doing something for whatever reason. We do the same thing because we think we're justified in doing it for whatever reason.
I know that. What you just said, we always use whatever we need. We need to justify something we're doing. That's the American life. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah.
The whole thing with America.
So, young man, you from Montgomery?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Elkins, he's well, and he's my graphic design.
Okay.
Yeah, other airways. You know, I don't look at yourself so much online anymore. I listen to you.
Don't change.
Is that your new shirt that you do it?
No, somebody gave it to me.
So you just wear it.
That would be the height of arrogance is to write your own shirt for your own self. Yeah, we know where to go there. My checking account tells me that I got a lot to be. I don't have a whole lot to brag about. Put on headphones. Okay, we are back. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing okay. We got a guest, Phyllis Harvey Paul, who is running for that newly congressional monstrosity they call the district. And she's running for that one. But before I get to her, let me take this one guy right here on the phone. Good morning, on air. Good morning. Okay.
Good morning.
No. Mm-hmm. I can't say that I do. We probably so poor that I have a TV, so I can't. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we wouldn't complain about those. we Yeah, listen. I hear and I agree with you. I agree with you. But you don't believe that the atmosphere today is much more permissive than it was back in the day. Okay, yeah, she needed a job.
We had one.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Well, no, yeah, hmm. 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 But how do we hold them accountable? I mean, seriously, how do we hold them accountable? How do we do that? Yeah, I mean, how do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We I must have missed them shows. Yeah, yeah, I must have missed them. Yeah, I could.
Thank you
Okay,
for
and
starting.
listen, it's not wrong. And I think we both said initially, I don't really blame the kids. I blame grown-ups. I don't really blame.
Well, first I love it. Some wonderful points. We do have a tendency to beat down the children, and I've had to adjust my way of thinking because when I think back on what I was like 30 or so years ago, like you said, we laughed about the hot pants and miniskirts
We like those.
and the tight pants. Don't forget
Yeah, we
that.
like
All
the
the
same
tight
thing. We like all
pants.
that.
Men wore
On
them too.
women.
Men wore them too. From the
Okay.
70s, but you missed something in the 80s where they were
Okay. I was in the army in the
taking
80s.
over, so maybe that
Yeah,
you
so I didn't see
missed
all
it.
that. Yeah.
And so Western Europe too, they wore the skinny pants fashion came from Europe.
We call it.
Oh my God.
You're
But
saying.
but all of that we do forget. We forget the things we've done. I forget, God, I guess I could have gone to jail for taking a piece of candy out the store, eating it. So many things we did when we were young. Just
But we do
youth.
seem to be more permissive today, and to the
They
extent
said that
we
about
operate.
wow,
Really, did it really?
Woodstock too. Do you remember that?
No, no, that was 69.
Yeah, but all that stuff, that was really crazy, but it happened.
All right.
And we
Well, we continue. Then if we continue to say, well, it happened before, it'll happen again, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna keep pushing the envelope like we are now. I've never seen a time in my life where young folks were killing people like this. I've
yeah,
never seen that.
that is something different. Now, when we start talking about the youth but we've never seen such open acceptance and of firearms, and we don't want anybody to tell us any. Wait now, the
Yeah,
access makes a difference.
but access is good.
So we have open, just let everybody
Hmm.
have their gun. We don't. They can do permitless carry.
Hmm.
So you have that, and we have now a proliferation of lobbyists, and not just the NRA gun makers that are just
Now,
everything's
I
about
will,
profit. You do know that.
yeah, I will say one thing. I think that the gun proliferation, what I was worried about, and I think it's coming to fruition, I wasn't worried about people buying guns. I was worried about people who have never used one before and felt emboldened to get one because now they could. And that did I knew that was those ingredients mixed together was
And,
not going to serve us
and
well.
you a gun owner? I'm a
Yeah,
gun owner.
yeah,
Most of my family.
yeah.
So, but
But
we're
what
not.
you doing here, Dan?
Oh, I'm coming for different reasons. Now,
Yeah.
you and I both know you say you're Republican,
I'm
and
not
I tell.
Republican. I just vote Republican because the only choice is Democrat or Republican.
I know, and that's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
There should be
Independent,
an
they ought to be
independent
right.
choice. I agree.
And I'm here now. I was coming to your show, but I have to, like I told you, I plan out when I'm coming to your show. I'm running for Congress. You need me to go for a break?
No, we good.
I'm running for U.S. Congress, as you stated, and everybody keeps referring to this newly drawn district. It is new. It is now, including some 5, I think, counties that were not in it before. I was a Democratic nominee in 2020 and 2022 in District 2. Now, they moved out a lot of the wiregrass, and that's what happened. But I'm here today because, as in running this race, there was something that I think needs to hit the news and the airwaves. And you are good for putting information on the airwaves when some of our media sites, other media sources like to keep it contained.
They're winners.
Like to keep things contained. But yesterday, I received a letter from the Alabama Democratic Party and the executive director of that being such, Tom Myro. I received a letter stating that I would not be allowed to participate in the televised WSFA ADP forum due to what he said in the letter were 2 metrics, one being fundraising and the other being polling numbers. And I called him to tell him that as a party, if Democrats are running, you have the right to be on that stage. And I totally disagree with the way they are executing this containment and putting before the people only those candidates that they are selecting and put before. Most of them being elected officials, already state elected officials, and the son of one state elected official. You have other candidates who are running who are not state elected officials like I am not. And we deserve as Democrats to be on that stage and people should have the choice to see us. And Bhima Patel called me. He was very distraught with the decision that he won't be on there. And his statement was, even if I'm not there, Phyllis, you should be there.
So okay, now this is a this is not anything that I come up with here. Why not just show up anyway?
Well, we haven't ruled out anything. Some of those of us who have felt like we have been actually marginalized by our own party, there's nothing that we're not saying that what we will or will not do. We are letting them know now by coming forward, making it public, placing it on Facebook, coming to you. We will put in a letter, an op-ed, that this is not what a Democratic Party should be doing.
And op-eds and all that stuff look good. Show up in. Now let me ask something. All of you guys who are running for this office paid the Democratic Party a certain amount of money.
We did.
Okay, so they didn't give they give you a cheaper price.
Of course not.
Okay, so if everybody paid the same amount of money, they should get the same benefits. Okay, the way I'm looking at it. So I'm showing up, you Patel and everybody, I'm showing up the night of the thing, and they're just going to move me. Okay.
Well, we're looking at what we can do and what we will do. We're coming together because this is
it's called injunction.
This is actually unfair. And one of the principles of the Democratic Party, the reason I say it, and you and I can talk about a few of the issues that you wish to talk about, policy issues, but fairness is what we're supposed to stand on.
It ain't never been about fairness.
Well, to me, I know in principle, and I'm old enough to realize, but you should be held to a state of fairness, and you should treat the people the way you want people to be treated. And here you're trying to tell the voters, put before the voters, whom you deem a viable candidate.
How many people are actually running for this in the Democratic Party?
11
on
the
11.
ballot. Yes.
There's a lot of people. But if they took everybody's money and said, you can run on our banner, then everybody should be given the same access.
That's a thought. Maybe if they want to feel that way, they should reimburse us
reimburse you for money.
Our full fee, because you shouldn't be able to hold our fee and then tell us you are not going to allow us on a stage with other candidates who paid no more than I paid.
Right. Now, who makes that determination?
Well, it was the executive director said it's squarely on him. That's Tom Myro. He's the executive director of the Allen. He was hired by the party to be the day-to-day operations guy.
Now, where's his home base at? Where's he at? Is he in Birmingham?
I think Tom is here.
Oh, is he?
I think. I'm not certain. But the office at 501 Adams Street. Oh, we're going to find him.
Oh, that's right up the street.
Right up the street.
I'll drop by there on the way home.
The thing of it is, I know that decision. he made it, but I'm sure there was input from others. He is the executive director, and perhaps our party chair, Mr. Kelly, Dr. Reverend Kelly, then needs to address this because this needs to be addressed.
Or
And
give
it
you
needs to be made
guys
correct.
your money back
Give us.
for how much y'all spend? Don't tell me.
You doing what?
How much y'all spend?
I think qualifying, and it's not just that, qualifying in the state of Alabama for Congress, I think it's like $3,500.
They're gonna take they're gonna take $3,500 from y'all and not let you be on the stage.
But it's you're marginalizing the
Exactly.
voter base. You're trying to put forth publicity and advertising to only the people you want to be seen to say that they are viable. And don't forget now, the people that they have.
Wait a minute, I just remember something. The Democratic Party is supposed to stand for fairness.
I just said that.
Wait, I know. Isn't that what they always tell us? Looking out after the average guy? Isn't that the lie they tell us?
Well,
and you average more than anybody I know.
I am hardworking. 25-year
hard.
teacher, still working with students in many capacities. And then this is the point. In that polling that they're using, you know, there's a poll that was done by the SPLC Action Fund.
And I'm trying to figure out what in the hell does the SPLC got to do with interminglings of the party, and ain't nothing impoverished about them.
Well, don't just think about this now. Most of the candidates that they're putting forth on this debate don't live in our district.
Where they live?
Oh, come on. You know that one of the candidates who is the minority leader lives in Madison County, Huntsville area.
But what's the law say? Okay, you don't have to live in it to run for it. But
No.
once you win, if you win, that you have to come
And there's
into.
a quid pro quo that many of them are using. If they win, they will move.
Yeah.
You know, quid pro quo.
And that way they're gonna get an apartment with $50,000 for free money. You know, they'll be able to afford an apartment, cheap apartment. Yeah.
But and then this is where I look at what you and I both know. The Democratic Party was short-sighted in leadership, not to actually run Democratic candidates all over the state.
Let me take this call. Good morning, you on there? Pretty good.
Yes, well, they're televising. We don't know when they're going to air it.
Hey, I'd show up the day the thing was and go to jail. Have my man have you some bail money though, just in case. Absolutely.
That's what I'm doing.
$3,500. I realize that them big wigs got a lot of money, but we don't. Yeah, Sheila. Okay. Gotta take a break. We'll be back. Phyllis Harvey Hall. Now, this is not her. She's on today. She'll come back later on.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, of course, we don't have a whole lot of time left for the election, but then I'll wear into you some of your policy statements and issues. But right now, this is about fairness. And the Democratic Party always goes on every TV, the ghetto and Slappy Jack's peanut gallery and stuff, telling how fair they are, how they looking out for the average man. Mm-hmm. But in this case, they said, well, we know we took $3,500 from you, but you ain't making your poll numbers ain't saying that. But you didn't say nothing about poll numbers before you got that money. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm saying that, because anybody, when you paid your fee, did they say, well, if you don't get a certain amount of poll numbers, you don't get to participate? Did they tell you all that?
No, of course not.
Okay, I didn't think they did. So now, from that standpoint, they just like the Republicans. The rules always made after they get your money. We'll be back.
And you and I do know. I've always told you, the parties serve themselves.
Sponsored by.
Not me, not you. They serve themselves.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But here's the deal. The Republicans, I know they do. But Democrats act like, we just care about it. We want to talk for the guy who nobody ever listens to. Hey, right now, nobody listens to y'all.
and then they're acting as though, like I heard you call it, Joe Reed. People forget Joe Reed is integral to the Democratic Party here in
Still,
Alabama.
even after all this time. Yeah.
That whole show that happened Saturday downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to. Somebody got to be in charge, I guess. But I would show up, really. I saw the one guy named Patel on the thing. I just show up, and I'd make them put me in jail. Keep the bail money available though, and that way.
My husband has to keep the bail money.
Yeah, okay, because both of y'all might go. Okay. I'm just saying that don't make no sense.
It does. If you're looking at what they want to do, there's a big fight. Montgomery is going to be the determining county for this runoff. They need their guy to get through, and to try to dismiss, demean, and keep me out of the picture is going to benefit them to get their guy through.
To the conclusion that they don't want another woman to represent Congress.
Listen, I think you done ran enough time now. Hell, they'll just let you on there.
I had just realized that last night.
Right.
That their whole objective is not to have another
Oh,
woman.
that we know that. You know, there's been a group following to say that. We know that. What did we just have a group here?
To learn more, visit HUD.gov/fairhousing. If you fear for your safety, call 911. A public service message from HUD.
Yeah, none of the people that were invited live in the
Go with
district.
your gut.
That even means
Your
Jeremy and
digestive system is
Bracy.
based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE.
Technically.
Dinovite. It took a grand
Two of them
total of
do.
2 weeks. The dog stopped itching,
Shamar.
the hair stopped falling out. Try
Shamara
Dinovite
lives
for
in
free.
DC. He only
Just
moved
pay
back down here for this race.
Learn more at dinovite.com.
He does not live in this district. He only staying here for this race. Once he done winning, he's going back to Washington. So no, he does not live in the district.
Living out of a suitcase.
And who was the second? Because Bracy stayed 2 miles outside. Jeremy not in the district.
No, Marika and Wanda.
They both not in the district.
I won't talk about that poll. That's the key.
They left off with the name.
I don't want to seem like a grieving, complaining woman though, so I don't want to talk about. I do want to talk about some of the things they do.
Well, you're gonna have about like 10 minutes
I
left.
know. But the poll is inaccurate.
Once I helped 137 people, my lips are
Invalid.
Well, it all depends on who's taking the poll, what the poll says.
The poll left off people's
You
names.
can't have
Yeah,
a
exactly.
valid poll unless you have all the candidates' names.
Montgomery and Prattville.
I got smart about mortgages. Now it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole
You know
new
your
meaning.
former president doesn't want the Senate to pass any bill though on immigration.
If it's a real bill, I don't think Trump would be against it, but it's not a real bill because what they've done is that they said, well, we're going to give the president some discretion on what he imposes and doesn't. A bill is supposed to be the law. That's our problem now. Trump, Reagan, all these guys have had too much authority in deciding who comes in, who got. Close the doors. Close the doors for 5 years. Just close them.
We got enough problems of our own.
We do. We don't need to import. And you know where they beat the hell out of that police officer in New York? I mean, just close it. We don't need no.
So you're saying I think in the provision it does, but the president does have the discretion.
That's right.
To close the.
Right. And that means he also has the discretion to leave them open.
Well, that's where you and I can come in, but at least it's getting somewhere because we haven't had an immigration bill.
Wait a minute. We got the Constitution of the United States. This is our immigration bill. We got the bill. It's called laws. And it's against the law to break into somebody's country, to invade it. The law is already there.
But you know, this all started, I think, under Reagan when they
Well, it happened, and Reagan gave unequivocal amnesty back in the day, and then it keeps going and keeps going.
But now go back to see how it got started, though.
All righty then, we are back. Our guest is one. Now doesn't count as her because she's not talking about getting elected. She's talking about the party this morning. How they decide who gets on the forums and airways and things of that nature. But they all pay the same amount of money to represent the Democratic Party in this race. And I think it is absolutely. They should be compelled to allow everyone who paid that money on that stage. And if they're not, we're gonna call them Republicans. Oh yeah, yeah, Republicans. See, Republicans, they go by dollars. How much money you make? Okay, you can't be here. Okay, I'm just saying. But so we need. So now, are we gonna be Are you guys gonna be Democrats or are you gonna be Republicans? Okay, let's go back to the phone right quick. Good morning. Who's this? Okay, whatever. That's Roscoe's buddy right there. Yeah, from across the way.
Really? I did a voice.
7:51 in the morning. So what remedy do you, besides going to court, what remedy would you suggest?
I suggest that the party actually stand up for the ideal of fairness, that we stand up for what we say, that we give people a choice in whom they elect, and they be fair in giving everyone an answer. Because if we want voter engagement, you've got to allow people to see people who are wanting to represent them. And as we say, we reach out to all. We are an inclusive
No,
party.
that sounds good.
Inclusive.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I
They
know.
including you.
I understand that. And one of the purpose of being a Democrat for me is that we are about fairness and inclusiveness. That's basics of what I believe. And so here to see my own party trying to marginalize me and others, it's really disheartening. And like I told Myro, you're asking voters, we wonder why the party is in some some of the places it is now that we see the division. Because when you start trying to control voters and do it, it's really a type of suppression. You're trying to put forth only in the media the candidates you deem as what the word that they love to use.
What is Bobby Singleton's position in this?
Bobby Singleton is a state senator. He's not involved.
So he's not involved in.
No, this is party.
Okay.
This is the Alabama Democratic Party executive director, Tom Amiro. The chair who needs to address this, Dr. Randy Kelly. Maybe even the ABC needs to address it also.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question that I asked last week, and I got a certain kind of answer that I didn't know was true. What makes anybody a Democrat?
You asked that to Joe M. Reed, I think.
And he said it's what you think.
Well, it's what you believe. What makes you a Republican? Well, you said you're an independent. More people in this country, I think, after looking at the two major parties and the hypocrisy that both sides actually demonstrates on a regular basis. We're seeing it here in our party. We see it on the other party. So when you look at it, and in Alabama, you cannot truly be an independent because you can't vote in a primary. You know, they closed that off because the parties wanted it. It benefits the
So
parties,
there's
not
no
the
money that you need to tender to the Democratic Party except when you get ready to run for office. There's no money that you pay the Democratic Party to be a member.
Well, if you want to be a part of the ABC, there are some.
Which is the party for the most part.
MCDC, there are county parties that you can pay your dues to.
Okay.
Yes. Now, I know the Republicans have a set fee that if you're a part of their party, you just pay it on a regular basis, no matter what.
So if exactly. So in the Democratic Party,
it's money if you look at it.
Exactly. But Joe said, well, it wasn't about money, it's about what you think that you are.
Well, if you want to be like, if you're going to serve in any office capacity, you have to have those fees and dues paid. If you want to vote, you have to have dues paid. So,
okay. So vote on policies and procedures.
Right. You have to be a paid member.
So if they got a pay process and apparatus where you pay, then technically, if you don't pay, you don't really belong to it. You just vote for
it. That's a technical way of looking at it. Yes.
I bet it is. Anyway, so what's your run? We got a few minutes left. You're asking the Democratic Party to do what to make sure that everybody is running?
The Democratic Party needs to actually stand and really be what you say you are, if you are intending to be that, which is be fair. You put all the candidates on that stage, and if you want to in the future decide to make fundraising the metric that you use, state it initially. As you stated.
And that way you can keep your $3,500.
If you want to use a poll to say we will validate candidates, get an accurate poll, one that's not biased, one that's not invalid, because you didn't provide all the candidates' names. So be what you say you are, or just say we're not what we are.
Okay, let me take one more call for you. Good morning on there.
This is South. We haven't done any internal polling, but one poll that did Montgomery particularly says One poll had my name. I was 2% below the minority leader as being the front runner from Montgomery County. So you had a minority leader who was showing up first. I was 2 percentage point behind him in a poll in Montgomery. Now there are five allowed on the stage, so there are going to be six,
Six.
Well, it's 11, and you can make it as work. You not? There have been forums. I've. Oh, I think all of us should be on that stage. Fairness. You know what? You're really good, and I do listen to you. You have a valid point, but that we're not beyond looking at the legal point. But all the candidates.
There's the problem.
No, not before qualifying. No, this came about. This happened shortly when they changed the date of the forum. The original forum was supposed to be January the 30th. All of a sudden, they did a change. I'm sorry. I think I do. Yes. Well, I don't know that. And why do you think that? Just asking. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Congressman Phyllis Harvey, Congresswoman Phyllis Harvey Hall.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate it. Our time is up, but listen, go by the main ball on the way out of here and see what you say. Let me know.
Yeah.
The guy in Montgomery on Adams Street.
Oh, Mara.
Yeah, I'm going to go over there and see.
He's gonna see what they're
Oh, they're telling you.
well, probably something. But it's more than just Myra. Myra did not make this decision by herself.
We'll be back.
Whenever you're saying that, it's good too. Tomorrow, right.
Because it was yeah, when he said, not only this, I'm talking about the story. We're talking about like everything. That's she wants to do something like that. She talks behind the guy. I mean, mention it. Although, but he was only talking about the code of two of the reference.
He said what code? He said what code?
Yeah, he said what code when he said that they didn't include all the code. This was just before he was talking. They didn't include their name. So that's what the code is about.
I thought he said what code?
Oh, no, you see what you can't do. But they didn't. What, you want to tell them?
I was crazy for the end of the word. Your code is like a guy.
Yeah, he does.
No, do you know this other person? I didn't have this person anyway.
Yeah.
You get the same color.
But you know what? Everything.
Been diagnosed with was treatment for it. We do know we spent a lot of Clarence Hub, his favorite London residence, just around the corner from Buckingham.
Old Prince Harry's on his way to business travel. Honda recalling 750,000 cars over potential danger to kids. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert.
A sensor is supposed to shut off the passenger airbag if it detects a child in the front passenger seat. That sensor may not work in certain Honda Pilots, Accords, Civics, CRVs, and Passports.
S&P futures up 6. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Maybe this will shock you, and maybe it won't, but a survey of people with health insurance shows most say they've had problems with their health coverage just in the last year. Maybe that's you too. So yeah, it's frustrating. But imagine an alternative, a solution to this that actually gets a 98% member satisfaction rating. That's Medishare. That's why it's grown so much. That's why we're thinking about it. So why the incredibly high satisfaction rating? You can save hundreds of dollars a month, and you don't have to compromise on quality or reliability. For 3 decades now, members have been sharing medical expenses, saving up to 50% compared to health insurance. Another reason you don't have to sacrifice your values to get real value. Medishare is a community of hundreds of thousands of Christians who are like-minded and wanting to help people. When you share, you save. You can do good about it. Call now. It's 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
European leaders are offering more concessions to farmers. They to stop growing blockades. Spanish farmers the latest to join blocking roads in several regional centers today. Everyone with the tractors heading to Rome, says this Italian farmer. German farmers briefly blockaded Frankfurt Airport last week, all arguing that unfair competition and EU rules are driving their livelihoods around. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London. Ordered the mile is at a Sunday Super Bowl halftime show. Tell CBS he's headed back out on tour this August to promote his new studio album, The Subscriber, and mystery songs over that promo with Kim Kardashian. Along Usher strips down, you ask for her men's underwear and fluid. Deborah Rodriguez.
Some of y'all feel like
Okay, a word of advice. I've been looking for some life insurance, right? I get at least 300 emails a day for people who stole my information for life insurance. You know you're getting old when all the commercials on TV is about I mean 40 times a day I keep hearing about A, B, C, and D or whatever it is that Medicaid, Medicare thing is. Was it point A or is it A, B, and C or C, B, and D, whatever the hell it is. Anyway, my Lord, insurance. I can't even go in my email now because I made the mistake of trying to find out because my insurance, my life insurance, I got it about 15 years ago, and now the time is up to turn. So they said, well, we can give you some more insurance, but if you want this rate, we're going to cost your child, your car, and you're going to live outside. Okay, so I probably can't afford that one right now at the moment. So I've been trying to find me some insurance for life insurance. Now, every email, every TV commercial, every super is about dying. We know it's coming. We do, but my Lord, you got to remind us every 13 seconds. Woo! What's that Medicare Plan B, Plan C, Plan? I mean, man, come on, give me a break. I tell you, I'm gonna have to get off. I'm gonna have to get off social media soon. I think Siri and Alexa and Google. I think they be listening to them. They know what I'm sitting on the computer, what I'm doing. They know. They looking. You got some eyes out there. So go back on the computer, get in front of your eyes. Hey, the needs intelligence. I agree with you. Every day, yeah. Where's Susan Jones when I need her? I have my insurance with her for a long time. My insurance expires this month, so I need another plan. Okay, don't want to leave my son and anybody out there. Wait. Anyway, I'm just they didn't let us up. Time is on the way. Okay, I got you. Anyway, now, what are we going to talk about? There's a lot of things to talk about. Good morning, who's this? Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. You sound like the Schwarzenegger commercial. Yeah. Oh. No. Yeah, my mind ain't what it used to be. With Ed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. Well, I'm familiar with what's going on. I've just been trying to get reminded of it every 30 seconds on my emails and my TV. Yeah, I know it's going to cost that much, though. My Lord. Mm. But I know if you want 10,000, if you just want $10,000, then you can probably afford that a little bit. Even some of that's high. Yeah, I mean this doesn't make no sense. And the expiration time is getting closer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. So in your business, a man that's 67 years old that don't smoke, don't drink, don't do drugs, but does have a little high blood pressure, but whatever. What's the best rate you can get, brother, on that? Mm. Well, let's say 50,000. Let's say $50,000. Turn. I ain't trying to save it. give me both. Yeah, give me a call. He said, yeah, do that. I don't want to leave I don't want my son looking at me like a fool when I soon. He didn't look nothing. $1,000 that day anyway. 860-1440, I'm here. You want to, I mean, I can turn on nothing. I'm telling you, these computers be listening to us. Okay. Man. Okay then. Let me see what else we got going on here now. 860-1440 happens to be the number. And if you want to give us a call, we'd love to talk to you, whichever one you mind. One thing we were talking earlier about we were talking about the issue with the young man I guess it was three of them or more. The two suspects accused in the shooting death in Montgomery Anthony Cole Jr. We're back in court the other day for a bail hearing Monday, and the testimony has shined a new light on the case. Nicholas Trayvon King Shepard and Nedvin Maynard Jones Jr., both 18, appeared before the judge Brooke Shield for the Anaya's Law hearing. They were both charged with felony murder in the death of 16-year-old Cole, whose body was found last week after he had been reported missing. And according to them, Patterson testified that Cole was with Jones and King Shepard plus two others when he was killed on January the 25th. The detective said that the five had shot into a house on Gadsden Avenue. Patterson said, based on statements from the suspect, it was believed that the person who lived in that home had stolen guns from one of them. Guns? Anyway, I don't know. I realize that people back in the day kids have always done something. I mean, that's just a and maybe in my young years I was in the army, so I didn't get in. Thank God I was in the army, because I didn't get involved in all these things. I was back there for a U.S. Army. I didn't know anything about little bitty pistols and stuff of that nature. M16, M60, things of that nature. I didn't know anything about this world out here because, my Lord, from about 19 to 30, it's 37, I was in the military. I just, I didn't do that. Are we doing it? These kind of things in the 80s and early, I don't know. I just don't remember doing these kinds of things. I did do these kinds of things. But something's wrong with it. Something went wrong. Good morning. Yes. Oh. Now, what are we talking about? Oh, right. Well, the standard answer is, of course, it's under investigation, and they have no comment on. I mean, and I understood that. You expect that to hear that. Yeah. So right now, nobody can say anything. Now let's be fair. How many people are in a district? Well, it's about 20. There's about 20,000. It's about 20,000. But they can't return everybody's call. Mm. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think they need that. No, I'm just saying that 20,000 people, you can't call everybody back though. Well, we don't know how many they get. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't know. Well, yeah, but I do know 21,000 people in a district. Well, you can say that all you want to. 21,000 people, you can't get back to everybody. Okay, and other people make calls. And other people make calls. Yeah. Well, true. I know the math don't work. Well, okay. I got 21,000 people in your district. Well, we don't know that. Nah, we don't know. Well, what if there's just what if there's just 5,000? What if there's just 5,000 people calling all the time? What if it doesn't jump every time you jump? When the week doesn't jump every time you jump. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Bye. 8:19 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. I get, but the commercial just be overwhelming on TV. I be trying to watch Bonanza and all these things. Next day, yeah. What what handicaps you? Well, what's yours? Well, what's yours? A lot of people. Well, what you? Well, what? Why did you get yours? You don't get a disability. You don't get a disability. You don't get a disability that you spend time in the military. Okay, listen. When you try to jump out of an airplane, having all the things happen to you that happen to me, we can talk about it. But since you're a dirty, low down leg, shut up. Good morning on air. Okay. Yeah. And listen, I talked to them people yesterday. Called you, but your number ain't working. No, I don't have that one. No, no, no. Well, I don't pay much attention to things on the end. You know what I'm saying? You need to text me your phone number so I can get it to the right people. Because we called yesterday, and the guy actually called me back, and now he gave me a number, 1600 or something like that, whatever it is. I'll text you later on for you to give you the number they want you to call. Yeah, I didn't. I got too many things to write down. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I was concerned about, and I told them, yeah, I was concerned about the money that you had on reserve that all of a sudden seemed to go away. So evidently it's there. But, I did reach out for you yesterday. Yeah, not all. but because they're going to charge you if your service is on at your house, they're going to charge you a minimum of $45. Okay, that's what they do. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. As a matter of fact, your she is having this beer. She is having a town hall meeting real soon, and I'll get her on call it real. Yeah, she is having one. That's what you should be. Uh, 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 yeah. So let me get. She wants to come on and she'll tell you about it. Okay. All right. All right. Appreciate it. It is 8:24 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? No, I hear what you're saying, but we don't know who's calling at one time. Let's be fair now. I get more calls than I can handle, and I'm a nobody. So these people, and the issues sometimes are drawn out, they're somewhat complicated, and sometimes they just can't do nothing about it. I'm just saying, and I can't reach all the calls when people call me, and I'm not a city council person. So I know they can't reach everybody. Mhm. Now, I will tell you what Rondé Mitchell is doing. Rondé Mitchell, I was calling him the other day. He couldn't talk to me, but he has a little intern that's returning his calls now. And so, if he can't get to it, he got somebody to call you back. Yeah, there's a way. I agree with you. Okay, yeah, I agree with that one. That is sound logic and reason. Good morning, on there. Good morning. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Well, all right. Appreciate your call, and we'll take a break, and we'll be back. 860-1440 is the number if you want to give us a call. You can text me 901-5022 if you can't get through on the phone lines, and we will return uno momento. Okay, that's it. Yellow. Okay, okay. No, no, I'll put my, okay. All right. Yellow. Yes. Pretty good, pretty good. Oh, hey, do me a favor. Can you, I'm on your there right now. That's my morning job on the radio. Can you, okay, we're good. Melissa! Melissa!
Guys, it's time to feel crush this new. How my team.
You see miracles all the time in our children's hospitals. Miracles never come easy. That's why those children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support children's mental health hospitals.
All righty then, welcome back. It's 8:32 in the morning. Not a whole lot of time. We're kind of a busy morning to have a conversation, but we got a little time. Let's see who's on the phone and wants to opine. Good morning. Yes. Morning. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, yeah. I got to be in a position to answer them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My thing, right? And I listen. My thing is that there just doesn't seem to be the legal profession. We got more lawyers than we got car dealerships in America, and it just doesn't seem to be they are willing to get involved and help these folks. I mean, people like me can't help them. Well, I got time to go. I got to go. Sure. And when I get, mm, okay, I got hard, listen. I got hard enough time answering the calls than all I get now. That's right. And well, to say I'm not going, yeah, but to say I'm not going to, I don't. But I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Oh, listen, these lawyers are the one. Women, these lawyers are the one that can help. Dollar Radio can help you get more money. Yes, I know. But they're the ones who have access. We got to listen. I gotta take a break. We'll be back. It is 8:38 in the morning. We'll be right back.
The more you drink, the more you save. Get $20 off your purchase of 100 or more, 50 off your print purchase of 200 or more, and 50 off your purchase of 300 or more. And on site, you save more than people. Hold more than
Brought to you by Phones Automotive, family owned.
Right here, ma'am. How can we help?
Gee, same old, same old.
Wait, we're right here, ma'am. Our restaurant's just a few blocks from you. Why is she not seeing us?
Back to the usual, I guess.
Ma'am, can you not see us?
Nope, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local restaurants. You are invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost, get found, get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
I grew up Montgomery and Prattville. Matt Parsley here from Budget Car and Truck Sales. And this month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a nicer, newer car. You deserve to drive a car that makes your heart skip a beat. See all these smooch-worthy rides. BudgetSaysYes.com.
I'm Tiffany. I have some tips for you on how to quit smoking like I did. First, I did some reading about it. I found a lot of great advice on how to quit smoking and picked out the ways I thought would work best for me. I started by setting a quit date. Then I threw out my ashtrays, lighters, and matches. I did other things too, like exercising more, and it worked. But I'd still get cravings, especially on long car rides. To help me with that, I put a picture of my mother in my car. She died of lung cancer from smoking cigarettes when I was only 16. Now I have a 16-year-old daughter. That picture of my mother reminds me that I don't want to miss all the things my daughter is going to do in her life, including turning 17.
You can quit.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
News Radio 1440 is everywhere you are, on the radio, online at newsradio1440.com, and on our app. You can also listen on your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440.
Okay, it is 8:44 in the morning. You want to give us a call? Let's talk to you, whichever one you mind this morning. Sometimes you guys put a lot of responsibility on people because they're in certain positions. And lawyers are the ones who make all these laws. Your House of Representatives, your state senator. I mean, these are the people you should be bugging the hell out of. Because they're the one got the power. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Good morning. Well, if you listen to some of our callers, we're all in the dark. Yeah. What's on your mind? Yeah, yeah. Well, now where do you live? Way over there? What's over there? What's in the United States that's so bad you had to move to Costa Rica? Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, but what's the wage? What's the wages like over there? Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Really. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Wow, that's big. That's big time. Are you paying attention to our presidential race? Who you like on that? Or are you planning on leaving us to get it? Right. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he can't run again, so that's gotta. So you're a dyed true heart Democrat. Mm. Well, I don't have time but I would love you to call me back one more and explain to me what in the world you saw in Bernie Sanders. But I would love to have that conversation, but I'm running out of time right now. But hey, you got our number? Whenever you're not busy over there, please give us a call and we'd love to hear from you. All right, man. Appreciate it. Interesting. Good morning. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm sure he does too. Good morning. Good morning. Mm. Right. Mm. Right. Mm. Yeah, I didn't know that was in there. I was just so flabbergasted by the fact, by the whole thing, so I didn't read the whole part. Yeah. Well, listen, I ain't that crazy about cell phone, but there are means of communication that we use today. So, mm, yeah. All righty. Good morning. Who's this? Hello. I hear you. Good morning. Who's this? All righty then. Again, believe it or not, I really don't talk about technology. I really don't believe that you ought to have access to technology in school until you're released in the eighth grade. I believe that things that those grades you should get your basic understanding. You should learn how to do cursive writing. We got kids today who don't know how to sign their name. They print the name. No signature, no nothing. Yeah. I believe that up to the eighth grade, yeah, you need to do it by the old fashioned way. And then once you get to the ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, then you start. I mean, have technology at home, that's true. But in school, no, I think we're leaning too much on Siri and too much on Alexa and too much on Hey Google. You know, therefore the brain does not have to retain anything anymore. So I'm with you there, Hopkins, at least in a certain kind of way. Good morning. Morning. Man, mayor, of course, city council, of course, and I don't think the county commission should be a part. Local, anything below the county commission should be not have anything to do with political party. At large, well, now I'm with you right there too. Now, the judicial position absolutely shouldn't be done by political party. Absolutely not. But that's yeah. It's supposed to not have anything to do with it, but it seems it does because I know some things about a couple of these judicial races out here today that I'm not. Well, I will expose it at some point, but all directly related to party politics. It's can right. No loyalty, right, to a party. Appreciate your call. Good morning on there. Yeah, I know we hear that. We yeah, we hear the same thing. Probably not. I heard the speech. It, no, no. It just listen. It's the same. School choice is simple. Put your kids in the school you want to put them in. That just okay. All right. Appreciate it. Let your kids go to. It's like this border wall. Why do we need law? Why do we need special legislation to tell people that you can't come in here illegally? I mean, seriously, what? Why do we need a law for that? You know, you breaking into somebody's country. You're invading our nation. What law? Okay, and then you're gonna turn around and give the discretion, whoever the president is, to either enforce it or not. Hell, that ain't a law. That's a multiple choice. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't. But anyway, so much for that. We need laws now to enforce laws that are already on the books. Mm. I see that picture of all these illegal immigrants who beat the hell out of a police officer in New York the other day on the street. You guys see that? They don't go. And if some lawyer, please, somebody tells me why do we give people rights under our Constitution who are not U.S. citizens? Can somebody tell me that one? Good morning, on there. I'm doing fine. Mhm. Mhm. That's true. Hey, listen, I gotta call me early because I'm out of time. We'll be back tomorrow. The good Lord says the same. Have a great day.
Voters voted to hold in Nevada's presidential primary today. Biden on the ballot was Nikki Haley, political analyst Amy Casey. She put her name on the primary ballot there because there's less organization. You know that you need a copy. The state-run primary is non-binding. There's no delegates involved, and President Trump was expected to be all of the state's GOP delegates in a separate caucus Thursday. Brits are weighing in as Prince Harry reportedly arrived in London to see King Charles. He's being treated for cancer. I was at the call I have the right thing to do. Any family bus stop because from my history. I'm pretty easy to find things. Toby Keith has died 2 years after he was diagnosed with stomach cancer. He had 21 songs on the Billboard chart.
We're out work there, man. You know, I just stayed on the ground, put out not over here, that here.
Toby Keith was 52 years old. Yeah, 132. This is CBS News.
People lining auto parts for all your car care needs. Parking service you need fast. With the professional parts people, O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Finding great candidates now. Relax,